What's up guys, EG Chris here, and I want to thank you guys first of all for checking out the video, and if you guys could do a huge favor, slap that like button, push that sub, then let's get on with the EG Chris train. More content coming out, and I don't know, feeling like things are going well for me. So at 1,000 subs, I want to do a little giveaway for all my subscribers. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, but if you have any ideas, put it down in the comments. Whatever you guys agree on or whatever I think is cool, that's what we'll do. Just a little thank you to you guys for subscribing and to supporting the channel. So anyway, what we have today is something's in there, something is in there. We're gonna open it up and I'll show you what I got and hopefully do an install and do it all tonight. It's Sunday, so hopefully everything's done today and I don't have to wait till tomorrow or whatever for other crap. So let's open this up in that box. Let's do it. All right, let's check out our first little prize. Boom. Energy suspension sway bar bushings for the rear. I got them in black because if you see the car, obviously everything is pretty much black. I'm not much of a show off, so I don't really care. So that's that, and we'll open up the second box. All right, slice this guy open, and I completely missed the tape. All right.
Oh snap! Ooh, what the hell?
All right, let's open up another box within a box. First off, shout out to Garage Built Hondas. He's local to me. I have yet to meet him, but hopefully with all these new parts, I'll be super motivated to go to the track. That's kind of the reason I'm doing all this, is so I can go to the track, because him and a few others have told me that I need to go. And I've been wanting to, just life gets in the way. So he's the one who put me on to the, I mean, he didn't tell me personally, but his video said EMUSA. And that seemed to be doing pretty good. So first thing we got here is the EMUSA subframe brace, which, I mean, first impressions, I don't know. It's pretty simple. Like, how can you screw up a subframe brace, honestly? So yeah, I mean, it's lightweight, it's more than likely aluminum, but that was part of the kit I got, so that'll be going on. And once again, black, of course, just to go with the whole theme. What else we got here? Okay, I know what this is. This part I'm actually thinking about not using, but I don't know, let's see. This is the tie bar, whatever. It'll go down like this or something. Well, like all the hotshot kids do, so I don't know. I might put it on. We'll figure it out. And this is really what I bought the kit for. I mean, the price was good, so I got everything with it. Oh. Where's my... Let me find my
Razor blade.
all right, razor blade. Finally got it. All right. All right. Now this is what I've been wanting and what I've been needing. So here we go. Can't even. Oh, that works, right? So, sorry, I'm opening it with one hand. So here we go. The EMUSA lower control arms for the rear with the sway bar provisions. It's a real fancy word right there. But yeah, looks pretty good, to be honest. Everyone on the internet's like super expert about all this crap, but it's got these polyurethane bushings And you know, if they suck, then I'll swap them out, and if they work good, which I think they'll work perfect, then they'll stay in there. But I mean, I don't know how you can go wrong with these. And if in the next couple weeks, months, whatever, maybe hopefully after going to the track and they suck, I'll let you guys know. But for now, that's the setup we're going with. And yeah, I ain't gonna complain about those. They look pretty good. And then here, what we got, I believe, is just hardware. Yeah, exactly. So there's our hardware, the brackets, and the bolts. All right. So, of course, it's nighttime, and I don't have a great source of light, but I will try to get all this documented. It's kind of dark. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna document this so you guys can see what I did and how I did it, and also so you can see how the vehicle changes. So here I want to talk about the sway bars and a little trick that I learned. So I had these sway bars that came with the car, and I had no idea what they went to. I assumed they went to an EX Civic or an SI Civic. So I don't have any kind of special measuring tool or anything to figure that out. So I'm gonna show you what I did and then what you could do to determine what you have, just in case maybe you're not sure what you have either. All right, so what you wanna do is grab some wrenches. So Hondas, I think they use a few different sway bars. So I went with the two that I thought maybe it could have been. So I think there's a 13 millimeter. So what you wanna do is take a 13 millimeter wrench and then get the straight part of the bar. Try to fit the 13 in. As you can see, the 13 does not go in. So grab yourself a 14. That's what I did. And the 14 fits just perfectly. So that tells me 14 millimeter. A little Google search tells me, hey, 14 millimeter came in a Integra GSR rear sway bar. So I know the rear is from a GSR. So next you want to do is take your next wrench. For me, it's a 24. I mean, you could try a few different sizes, and that'll tell you what you did. So in my case, it's a 24, which fits snugly. I don't have a 23, which is an odd size wrench. So I use a 24, and that fits over perfectly. So once again, Google search 24. It's an Integra GSR front sway bar, which you could also tell because it uses different end links. See how this one has this will go up and then, or it comes down and this way. The other sway bars, like the EX style and Integra GS and RS and all that crap, it's just gonna be a straight bar down, which I actually ordered and found out it was the wrong one, so I got refunded on that. So there's a little trick on how to find out what you have. As simple as a wrench. Just put it on a sway bar. If it fits snug, that's the size you got. Well, for the sake of this video and how dark it is down here, I am just gonna pull the trigger. I'm going to Walmart. I'm gonna buy an LED light of some sort. So yeah, when we come back, we'll be back to where we came. All right, we're back in business. So I went to Walmart and I got this light. It's rechargeable, really bright. So let's see. Oh yeah, we in business. This video gonna be lit. Get it? That was corny, but you know, whatever, it works. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this job. All right, so I got the light set up. So what we're gonna do is remove this 14 to the subframe, this 14 from the shock, the 14 from the trailing arm. And we're gonna take this old bitch out. Do the same on that side. Then we'll work into getting the new one in, minus this bolt, because then we're gonna put the brace in and then figure out the sway bar and all that. So probably gonna just time lapse this because I explained what you have to do. It's really not crazy. Well, you can see I kind of struggled. I don't know how long the time lapse was, so I hooked up the compressor. We're gonna do the same thing. All right, so we got the new control arm, and it's basically just reverse. For me, my shock, I'm pretty sure it's no good. We're gonna change it, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna just put in these two bolts here. one. And then this guy. Maybe I have it reversed. I don't know. Let me backtrack. All right, so I checked the other side, and the pointy bolt comes here. The second shortest goes here, and the long one goes on the top here. So I'm gonna leave them just hand tight, and we will grab the, we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll do the other side, and then we'll grab the subframe brace, and then we'll put it all together. So both control arms are out, and as far as I can see, the rubbers on the end look fine, but the one for the shock mount is like cracked. They're not that bad, but either way, there's no place to mount a sway bar to, so that's why I'm getting rid of them. I got the other side in. Well, didn't get the other side. I got the other side out, and I'm just gonna put it in off camera since you already saw me do that side, and then we'll get the subframe brace and we'll show you how we do that. First, what you want to do is you want to take your L bracket, we'll call it, and line it up here. See where there's threaded holes here and there, and then you're going to take your screw hardware, put it down into these holes so it stays on there. We're going to do that on both sides, and then we're going to put it up where it needs to belong, and then we'll explain about these brackets in a bit. Alright, so I mentioned in the beginning something about the hardware. So sure enough, I'm going to like make sure everything's okay before I start recording. That way, you know, it goes silky smooth, and of course it doesn't. So this is the stock bolt. The thread pitch is kind of fine. Here's the hardware that came with the kit, and it's more coarse or less coarse, I don't know. Less coarse, I guess. So these will not go into the existing threaded holes in the subframe, and I do not want to just shove these through because I would like to keep that the way it is. I tried some ones I had, but they're just a little too short. Only a few threads catch, not worth it. So what I'll do is go to the hardware store, and not right now, but tomorrow, and get something like this that's this long, go with the correct threads. What I can do in the meantime though is still mount it up with those little brackets I showed you. These ones right here, that'll set it in place, and then all I have to do is just do the sway. Actually, I can't even do that shit because the sway bar is gonna mount to those ones. So this is gonna end this part of the video because hardware. So yeah, I guess that's what you get for buying a cheap kit. But you know what? This bolt's gonna cost a few cents or a few dollars, nothing crazy. So we'll get back to it. Don't worry. All right, guys. So last video we left off where, or not the last video, the last part of the video we left off, and I didn't have the right hardware. So the next day, which was yesterday, I got some bolts from Home Depot. They are one M10 by 125, and they're 110 millimeters. This was the size of the ones that came in the hardware, but just the wrong thread. So these are the correct thread. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now, is hopefully get this subframe in, and I will show you where those brackets go like I promised. All right, so bracket is gonna go like this, and we'll put it through that top hole and that top hole, and we're going to thread it through this hole because we're going to put the sway bar, the other piece of sway bar, hopefully here, but I'm not exactly sure yet. I have to see how it's gonna work on that. I think it's just gonna thread through this hole, and that's how we're gonna make it work. But we will, we'll get to that. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line this up and put that on the subframe brace attached to that bracket. So I'm gonna put the camera down. We're gonna start. Well, this thing barely threaded through. So yeah, the hardware for this kit is terrible because none of it's the right length or the right threads. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the other side on so that when I do come back, it's on, and that way I could do one at a time. So I'll get the correct bolt. This bolt is way too small. So I'm gonna make it stop to Home Depot right now. Fuck. Alright, so I went to Home Depot, they didn't have what I wanted. I went to Lowe's, they didn't have what I wanted. I went to Pep Boys, they didn't have what I wanted. So I went to O'Reilly's, and I think this will work. They're 60mm bolts instead of this 45. They're totally threaded through. I think that's the... I should be plenty of length to do what I need to do, but I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll find out. All right, so this is the bolt that's in here right now, that size. This is the bolt that's going in. It should give me plenty of threads. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take, oh, there goes my light. Go ahead and take it out. Let's see if we can see how many threads are showing. That's how many threads we're showing, which for me, just, I don't know, just ain't cutting it. So we'll put the new one in, see how much we got. So that's how much we got now, which is a little bit too long, but I think it'd be better to be too long than too short. So we're going to tighten that up. Put another, I can't put the long one in here yet, because this is where I'm going to try to mount the sway bar. And then we'll put this guy in next on both sides, and we'll try to put the sway on, because we're still not sure if that's going to work. So yeah, let's do this, and then I'll show you guys me trying to mount this crap. Well, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to get to this point. For some reason, this control arm, trail arm bolt wouldn't go in straight, so I took off the upper control arm part of it, moved it up and down forever and ever and ever, and tried to pry it back and forth, and finally it just lined up. So I got both sides tightened down, and at this point I want to see if I get the sway bar lined up. I don't know if it's going to touch the muffler. I really hope it doesn't. I'd be pissed off, because honestly this was a pain in the ass. So I don't know if it's you know, you get what you paid for type of thing, or just, you know, measure once and get it done twice, because, you know, it also helps to have everything kind of loose. What you need to do the whole time is to keep it loose until everything's ready to go. And even when you have everything together, you leave it loose, because you need to put the suspension down on the ground and then tighten everything so everything gets to right where it needs to be, so you don't tear up bushings and stuff. All right, so far so goodish. Still trying to figure out fitment with the bushing and the muffler right there. And right now I'm just going to get these bolts in for the end links, and then I'll figure out from there exactly how the fitment's going to go with the bushing in the middle. So I'll give you guys an update when I figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Well, let me be the first to tell you, it's like past midnight, super tired, but I was committed to getting this shit done. So let me show you what I did, how I did it, and how it looks, because I had enough of this shit. So here we go. GSR sway bar in. So I did not have any issues really putting it in. The bushings fit in pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna run into an issue with the what is that, grease nipple thing hitting the muffler. I put some grease in it, but I need to actually get a grease gun and pump it. The sway bar end links are the OEM ones. I think I'll just run those for a while. And I have the setting to the closest one right here to the right. That's basically where it fit the best. I don't know if I had like different end links, if I could adjust it, but I don't know. I don't know how to review this one because I haven't used it yet, but I mean, as far as install, I feel like it was a little bit of a pain, and I don't know, some stuff didn't work exactly. The fitment was off, especially putting in that trailing arm. That was a pain in the ass to do. But everything is in now, and it's just a matter of putting it on the ground and torquing everything down. But I'm not doing that until the front is together. So yeah, I don't know, this was a big pain in the butt job because I decided to go cheap. That's my guess, because I'm sure the ASR stuff would have went right in. With that being said, I don't think I'm going to be using this tie bar. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to give this away, but I don't know. If you are interested in this, hit me up, because I don't think I'm going to run it. And I already put the lower control arm bolts in, and I don't feel like taking this shit out again because it's a pain in the ass. So hit me up if you're interested. I'll ship it to your ass. So anyway, this beginning of this video, I wasn't at 1,000 subs. Now at the end of this video, I am. So I'm gonna plan a little giveaway. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, or I do. I might have an idea. So keep tuned. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because that's going to be where I'm going to announce the giveaway. I'm probably going to put a video of it on YouTube as well, so you can follow that and make sure you enter to win. So hope you guys enjoyed this crappy video. I don't know if I showed too much stuff in detail, but a lot of it is just like meticulous bull crap. So yeah, until next time, later.